The debate. I recognize the member from Oshawa.
Thank you very much, Speaker, and I'm very proud to stand in this legislature and add my voice and bring those from the folks across Durham Region, specifically Oshawa, to speak about this motion. During this pandemic, I've been working alongside distraught families who are desperate to keep their vulnerable loved ones safe and healthy in long-term care, in transitional care, in congregate care settings. Many other grieving families have had to become activists, Speaker, while they're seeking answers and justice in the wake of so many COVID deaths. Speaker, this motion reflects the sincere calls that we are all hearing from our communities. They are desperate and very authentic calls that people are making to all members across this legislature. And that's why this motion says the Legislative Assembly of Ontario calls on the Ford government to eliminate for-profit care from Ontario's long-term care system. Speaker, I think that this is imperative that we pass this motion, but more importantly, that we embrace this spirit and we actually make this change. Speaker, Orchard Villa Long-Term Care Home, a Southbridge home, has been a terrible local example of harm and grief. 78 seniors died in that facility, and for years it has been a private, for-profit home with a terrible track record of orders and non-compliance. The stack of complaints is a tall one, and the documented history of shoddy management is long and unforgivable, and yet they have been allowed to continue. Homes like this don't deserve public trust. They deserve to have their licenses yanked and to have capable and caring management installed to care for seniors. The government House Leader and the government members paint a picture of tossing seniors out on the street. That is not what we're suggesting. We are suggesting appropriate caring management. We are demanding public, responsible care. In the past 20 years, only 2 licenses have ever been pulled. 2. And they weren't pulled because of substandard care, though we know that that exists. The NDP plan for seniors' care is thoughtful, responsible, and reflective of the needs of our communities. And this Conservative government knows that, but clearly they're going to stomp and yell and make wild accusations because it is their donors and friends and allies who are making a killing off the care of seniors. And we have a plan to build 50,000 not-for-profit beds. We want trained staff and supported, well-paid staff. We want community spaces that reflect the needs and what seniors deserve. Private corporations have been allowed to operate with impunity, and that has allowed them to attract investors, Speaker, and that should not be the goal of long-term care. It should be care in the long term. Long-term care needs to be about better resident and patient outcomes, and right now it's profit that is driving long-term care decisions, but it should be care. Nearly 2,000 loved ones have died, and this government has refused a public judicial inquiry. And that only protects the private operators and corporations who would have had to have answered for their inaction and ill-preparedness. And so, Speaker, we need accountability. We need care to be at the heart of the decisions that we make. And so, to me, this is a very clear opportunity for us to take the profits out of care and make this about families. Thank you, Speaker.